Well, that was a glimpse of the early 2000s. Let's break down Atlanta. I'm Bradley. This is NasTalk. Let's get into it. Starting off strong with qualifying looked different than all year. I mean, there's not a single Toyota in the top 10. That's a sigh of relief for most people, but it was Ryan Blaney who clutches the pole. But let's break it down a little bit. So, second, you had another Penske car at Joey Logano, and you had Chevy with Kyle Larson, Chevy with Austin Dillon, Chevy with Daniel Suarez, Chevy. So it looked like the Chevys were going to be really, really strong, and they were to all their respect. However, Fords were even stronger. This leads us into stage one, where Ryan Blaney dominated. Just like qualifying, he was the fastest car on the track, and he led every single lap of stage one. There was absolutely no caution, so really clean racing. Track temps were good. Everyone had it together. Carson Hocevar started 14th, moved all the way up to 5th, and inevitably Ryan Blaney led all the laps, winning stage one. It was a kind of uneventful stage one, but in Atlanta fashion, it was still really racy, really fun to watch. You can attribute some of that raciness and the aggressive moves to the incoming weather. So before the race even started, crew chiefs and spotters were talking about weather coming in, and it really showed on the track because everybody seemed like they were racing like it was the last lap from the drop of the green to the end of stage one. I mean, people were running wide open. They kept it together, they kept it organized, but you could tell they were on the move. They wanted the best track position because they knew it was coming. They just didn't know when, and if they made it to halfway, they wanted to have good track position to get good points if they called it at halfway. And at the end of stage one, coming to the green and white checker, your top 10 was, of course, Blaney. Then you had Reddick. Then you had Larson, Logano, Cindric, Hocevar, Dillon, Briscoe, Elliott, and Bubba Wallace. So as you can see there, a couple Toyotas sprinkled themselves in because remember, they qualified way in the back. Few of them got up there, but still, it was a Ford and Chevy game in stage one. This leads us to stage two. Pretty uneventful start, but at lap 108, we had lightning, and we went under a delay. And then we had rain, and it rained, and it rained, and it lasted 3 hours. The rain delay lasted 3 hours, but I'm going to give props to NASCAR. They fought tooth and nail to get that track ready. And Atlanta time, 12 a.m., we dropped the green again, and then it got wild. The track cooled off, and it was gripped up, as Chase Briscoe would say. So fast, in fact, that Bubba Wallace couldn't keep the car under him. That's kind of a joke. Ty Gibbs ran slap through him, so that's not really his fault, but that was the only caution in stage two. Stage two was pretty much uneventful as well, other than, of course, the one spin from Bubba Wallace. Your finishing order is, of course, Ryan Blaney, Tyler Reddick, Joey Logano, Cindric, Suarez, Gibbs, Bell, Eric Jones, Hamlin, and Shane Van Gisbergen got a top 10 in a stage on an oval. Not to glaze him, but he's getting there. But you can also tell the Toyota started creeping their way up. That track cooled down, and they got their speed back. But I did say something. Before the rain delay, William Byron and Rudy Fugle yelling at each other just before the rain delay. Now, drivers are passionate. It's a passion sport. Everyone in the race car, if something's not working their way, they're angry. If you listen to the clip...
Plowing my off. This is terrible. I heard you. Okay? I heard you. I got it. Your 5 number's loose. I put it around to the left rear. We're too tight right now. It's the slight offset. We can park it, or we can keep trying until I get to work on it again. Let's try the thing. You got it.
Rudy Fugle and William Byron both are super unhappy with the car. You got William screaming, "I can't drive this thing. It's plowing." And you got Rudy Fugle up on the box looking at the SMT data like, I know it's plowing. I can see that it's plowing, but you can either park it or you can race it until you can get it back and we can work on it. And look, Rudy's a very animated individual, but you could hear it in William Byron's voice. He was not happy. And to say it affected his performance, I'm unsure. But, I mean, based on the top 10, he had the speed to get there, but he just didn't get there. So, who knows? This leads us into stage three. We got Kyle Larson kicking it off really quick with a spin.
We got a car down to the grass.
And then another spin.
Here on the outside. Drives across the nose of Hamlin, and then Briscoe gets out of shape on the bottom of the race.
And then, of course, stage three at Atlanta is always eventful, and you got another spin.
Down. Cautious gas here.
Make the right front's down.
Yeah, right front's down for sure.
Just try to limp it back. Right front's down.
I'm done, Trent. I don't need to be out of here, man.
And then it ran a little while until...
Back here in the right side of the screen, just use right front tire blows out, and he's hard into the wall. That's unfortunately a tough hit for...
And then finally, we got some green flag laps. We had Carson Hocevar have some problems in the right front, dropped back to 35th, pitted, came back out on the track after a restart, and they were kind of talking over the radio saying, hey, we're going to call out a driver. Do you want to be Richard Petty or do you want to be Jimmy Johnson? Well, he said, I want to be Jimmy Johnson. So with 48 to go, they told him Jimmy Johnson. And he carved his way through the field, working his way all the way up to fifth. Had some issues, couple cautions. We got Blaney, Bell, Bubba Wallace, Hocevar. They're all fighting for the win. Down at the last minute, Bubba Wallace cuts down the track, makes it 3 wide. Blaney gets a huge push from Bell, knocks him out in front, and Blaney wins the race.
What does Bubba do? We got a wreck on the back straightaway. Bubba 3 wide below the line. That's going to be a penalty, I'm afraid.
3 wide for the lead. Through turns 3 and 4. Bell pushing Blaney. Middle lane, Hocevar.
Now, if you watch that clip closely, Bubba Wallace does go below the double yellow. Now, it's kind of up for debate right now. They're going to appeal it. But did he advance his position? Did he not advance his position? I don't know. I'm not a NASCAR official. However, that move got him from a third place finish all the way back to 29th. Last car on the lead lap was that penalty. And Carson Hocevar is awarded third. So you had Blaney, Christopher Bell, and Carson Hocevar as your top 3. And then to round out the top 10, you've got fourth place, Ty Gibbs. Then you have Eric Jones, SVG with a top 10 on an oval. I said it earlier, I'll say it again. They might be coming to him. And then seventh, you had Austin Dillon, a really strong finish for that RCR team. It was kind of an emotional race, being the 8th start after Kyle Busch's passing. Moving on, you have 8th place, Tyler Reddick. 9th, Joey Logano. Really good finish for him, considering his average finish this year has been like 20.2 or something along those lines. And then 10th, you have Chris Buescher. And here's a fun fact about the race at Echo Park. You had Ryan Blaney leading 65% of the laps on a drafting track. The last time that was done was by the one and only Richard Petty in 1964. I mean, people are going to use that stat and say, oh, he's another Petty. That's not what it's saying. What it is saying, though, is he's an elite driver. He's really good. He's really talented, and he has drafting tracks. All the Penske cars have the drafting tracks down, but Blaney in particular has drafting tracks down to a T. So it's a really cool stat. It's something to take home for him outside of the, motorcycle that he won. For that was their trophy for Echo Park. And at the end of Echo Park, this is your updated point standing. We got Denny Hamlin still in the lead with Tyler Reddick 24 back. So that's going to be a really tight battle. Then you have Ryan Blaney, Ty Gibbs, Elliott Larson, Chris Buescher, Carson Hocevar, Christopher Bell, and then Chase Briscoe right there in the top 10. Moving on, you have Daniel Suarez, William Byron, Bubba Wallace, also Cindric. Shane Van is still clutching right above the cut line in 15th, and then Eric Jones. And then just below the cut line, you have Joey Logano, Ryan Preece, Brad Keselowski, and Ross Chastain. Now, Joey Logano's a veteran. He always finds himself there. Keep an eye on him. He's motivated because he's never won a championship in this chase format before. And everyone says his, championships are Mickey Mouse. So he's going to want to prove something, and he's getting more consistent as the week comes. So keep an eye on him. I personally think he's going to knock Eric Jones out and make it. And now these are what I call the bloopers of the race. So starting off, as soon as the rain delay come out, Ron Blaney said, not a chance. I'm taking a nap.
Nice. Wait, you had a nap?
Yeah, I had a nap. Are we live right now?
Yeah, we're live right now.
Live TV?
Yeah.
So you can see when Ryan Blaney got up, he was super confused. He's on live TV. Don't even know it. He had to ask like twice, are we live? Are we live? And as soon as they said, yeah, we're live, he said, oh, and just walked away. So he was probably barely awake. Someone might need to ask him if he even remembers it. I don't know. Maybe he should take naps before races and during rain delays more because, he was obviously the most well-rested in the field and goes out and wins. And then we have comedic Carson over here, green-white checker, leading the race, trying to get his second win. And then he just starts singing.
Can't get that song out of my head right now, man. I don't know what the lyrics is, but it's that one. For motivation.
Two things about that. One, stick to your day job. And two, I don't know what dose of Lexapro he's on, but I need some. And then to top it all off, you've heard of hoisting the trophy over your head, but have you ever heard of taking one for a victory lap? Look, if you just at 3 a.m. just won a race after taking a nap in the middle of it, and you win a motorcycle, take it for a ride. Run a few laps in it. Tear it down. That was your breakdown of Echo Park Speedway. I'm Bradley. This is NasTalk. We'll see you in the next one.